Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between towering mountains and a sparkling river, there was a curious little 4-year-old named Lily. She had big, bright eyes and a heart full of questions. Her favorite place in the world was her grandmother's attic, a dusty space filled with old books, trinkets, and forgotten treasures. One sunny afternoon, while playing in the attic, Lily discovered something new. Hidden behind a stack of dusty boxes was a small, shimmering key. It was unlike any key she had ever seen. It glowed with a soft, golden light and had intricate designs etched all over it. Lily picked it up, her tiny fingers tracing the symbols on its surface. "I wonder what this opens," she whispered to herself, her curiosity sparking like a firework. But as soon as she touched the key, something magical happened. The walls of the attic began to shimmer, and a soft, gentle wind filled the room. Lily gasped as the air around her swirled with glittering sparkles. Suddenly, a glowing door appeared in the corner of the attic, right where there had been nothing but a wall before. The key in her hand seemed to hum with excitement, urging her to go closer. Without hesitation, Lily walked up to the door, the magical key now glowing brightly in her hand. She slid it into the keyhole, and with a soft click, the door swung open. On the other side of the door was a breathtaking sight. A beautiful forest stretched out before her, with trees that seemed to touch the sky, their leaves shimmering in every color of the rainbow. Tiny creatures, like glowing fireflies, flitted around, and the air smelled of sweet flowers and fresh rain. The ground sparkled with golden dust, and it seemed as though the whole forest was alive with magic. Lily took a deep breath, feeling both excited and a little bit nervous. "Where am I?" she whispered. But the moment the words left her mouth, a soft voice answered. "You are in the land of imagination, young traveler," the voice said. Out from behind a tall mushroom stepped a little creature, no taller than Lily's knee. It had fluffy blue fur, large ears, and sparkling eyes that seemed to hold the entire universe. "I am Pippin, your guide." Lily smiled. "Hello, Pippin. What's this place?" "This," Pippin said with a twinkle in his eye, "is a magical land where anything is possible. Anything you can dream up, you can find here." Lily's eyes grew wide. "Anything?" Pippin nodded. "Yes. If you imagine it, you can see it, touch it, and even ride it. Would you like to try?" Lily thought for a moment. "I want to see a dragon," she said, her face lighting up. With a wave of Pippin's paw, the sky above them filled with swirling clouds. Slowly, a giant dragon with shimmering scales and wings like rainbows flew down from the clouds. Its roar was gentle, and its eyes were kind. Lily laughed in delight and climbed onto its back with Pippin. They soared through the sky, higher than the trees, over sparkling lakes, and across towering mountains. After their flight, Pippin led Lily to a sparkling waterfall. "Now let's see something else," he said with a grin. He snapped his fingers, and suddenly the waterfall froze, turning into a giant ice castle made of shimmering crystals. Inside, there was a room filled with floating books, each one telling a different story. Lily picked one up and opened it. She found herself reading a tale about a brave knight who rescued a princess from a tower. The words danced off the page, and Lily felt as if she was right there in the story, standing beside the knight. "This is amazing," she exclaimed. "Can I stay here forever?" Pippin's face softened, and he placed a paw on her shoulder. "As much as you might want to, you can always come back whenever you want, Lily. This key," he said, pointing to the key still clutched in her hand, "will always bring you here. But for now, I think it's time to go home." Lily nodded, a little sad to leave, but excited to return. She followed Pippin back to the glowing door. As they stepped through, the door closed behind them, and the attic appeared once more, just as it had been before. The air was still, and the key in her hand no longer glowed, but it was warm to the touch. Lily looked around and realized that the adventure had been real, even though the door had disappeared. With a smile on her face, she tucked the key safely into her pocket, knowing that whenever she needed to, she could return to the magical world of imagination. But as she sat down, she felt something important stir inside her. She realized that while the magical key was special, it wasn't the only way to create adventures. I can have adventures here, too, she thought. I can imagine anything, and it can be just as real. And so, Lily learned something important. The true magic wasn't in the key, but in her imagination. Every time she felt curious or bored, she could create something new just by dreaming it up. Whether she was flying with dragons, exploring castles, or swimming with talking fish, Lily knew that her imagination could open doors to endless adventures. From that day on, Lily's magical key stayed safe in her pocket, a reminder that no matter where she was, adventure was always within her reach, whenever she chose to dream. The moral of the story is, true magic comes from within, and with curiosity, imagination, and courage, we can create our own adventures, no matter where we are. Hey, thanks for sticking around until the end. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who would love it, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on the notifications by clicking the bell, so you're always in the loop. See you next time.